Before we start today's groundbreaking, I would like to have the privilege of recognizing our dignitaries who have joined us here today. First, our wonderful County Supervisor, Catherine Barger. And then our City Council members, Mayor Lorraine West, Mayor Pro Tem Jason Gibbs, Councilwoman Marcia McLean, Councilmember Bill Miranda, and Councilmember Cameron Smythe, who wants to be in the back. Representing our Congressman Mike Garcia is Tammy Stevens. Representing our state senator is Chris Huff. And representing Assemblywoman Suzette Martinez Valadares, Patsy Ayala. They've all been great supporters for our elected congressmen and state legislators. They're in session, that's why they can't be here today. Otherwise, I know they would be. Also, a very important person, not just him, but his whole staff, who has helped us for the last how many years make this a reality, is our city manager, Ken Striplin. Ken? He's somewhere. Oh, all the way over there. I should have recognized him with the sunglasses. Also like to introduce you to our board president, Tracy Carpentier. Tracy? She's there. And then all of the board members, if you're seated, please stand. And if not seated, just wave so people know who the board members are. Many of you who have been around Bridge to Home and its predecessor know that we started 3 decades ago, Mark?
1993.
So that's not 3 decades, 29 years, okay. But almost 3 decades ago. And one of the founders was Tim Davis, who was on his 2nd or 3rd retirement at the time, was on our board. Then he left the board to be a part-time executive director, became a full-time executive director, and basically started this whole process before he retired for the 4th or 5th time to Huntsville, Alabama. So I would like everyone to just give an applause. He can probably hear it, you in Alabama, to Tim Davis. We have received tremendous support from the community in this capital program so far, along with the city and county. But 2 individuals we want to kind of do a shout out to today that are bringing significant funding to us is first the Highlands at DeSorrel and Michael Schlesinger. Michael? He's the tall guy in the back. And then the short guy in the back. Where are you, Art? I think he's my height, so I can call him short. Art Lorenzini from Claremont Homes. Thank you very much. They will be providing generous contributions as part of their county entitlement. Thank you, Catherine Barger, as well. So this amazing turnout today is testament to what this project is at its very core, a community effort with large community support. I was privileged to be at the joint county supervisor and city council meeting this morning, and one of their agenda items was homelessness, and to hear updates from both the council, Councilman Smythe on behalf of the homeless task force, and the supervisor, and the support for what we're doing. So in approximately 14 months, this dirt lot will be transformed into an 18,600 square foot shelter, providing safe space to about 60 of our neighbors, and the first ever family unit for up to 8 families that are experiencing homelessness in the Santa Cruz Valley. Our new executive director will share more on the new facility in just a moment, but first I would like to now introduce and invite up our board president of Bridge to Home, Tracy Carpentier.
I have my own binder. Let me get situated here. Oh, if anybody would talk to me, wants to talk to me about having a brochure, let me know. All right. Thank you so much for coming. This is such an exciting time for us. We've worked so hard over so many years, as you've heard, and here we are, the official groundbreaking for our new shelter, and you can see this is what the shelter is going to look like. You can all see behind me. So first of all, thank you for being here. We are so very grateful for your support. Welcome to Supervisor Barger and her staff. My gosh, we are so grateful for the support that LA County has given us through the years, and we know they'll be there for us going forward. Welcome Mayor West and the entire City Council. We're very grateful for the support of the City of Santa Clarita, so thank you so much. And many of you here are donors to our new facility, and we're so thankful for that. It really takes a village to get these kinds of things done, and it's long overdue in Santa Clarita Valley. So if you are a donor, please raise your hand. I would love to say thank you in person. Thank you. I would also like to thank Carrie Lujan and her team at the city for doing an outstanding job on this groundbreaking. They even ordered the weather. So a lot of, and they have some pull, let me tell you. A lot of times it's quite windy here, and we would all be covered with dust in about 5 minutes. So this is a beautiful, beautiful day to have a groundbreaking for our new shelter. We are really blessed to live in a community that is so generous. And we're very grateful for the financial support from our donors who are helping us make this happen. So again, thank you. This is such an exciting day for our community as we move one step closer to finally having a permanent facility to serve the Santa Clarita Valley. So we're very excited about having a permanent shelter and services building here on this site. This site will truly be a place to get help, find hope, and make the life-altering change from homelessness to housing. The path that has brought us to this monumental point today has had many twists and turns and many obstacles, as you can imagine, especially during the last couple years. Since this project began, the world as we knew it plunged into a global pandemic, changing almost every aspect of our daily lives. For Bridge to Home, we were forced to move the shelter not once, but twice during the pandemic to keep up with the changing health restrictions. I would like to thank the City of Santa Clarita for the temporary use of the Newhall Community Center. That was our first move. Yes. And we were very grateful for the use of the community center. And then when it was time to open up the community center, as restrictions were being lifted, Trammell Crow stepped in and helped us, gave us temporary use of their Pine Street location, which is literally right down the road. So if you haven't seen the new shelter, you can head down there. It's not too far from here. But again, thank you so much. And I would also like to thank, many of you may not know this, but I'd like to thank the City of Santa Clarita for their generous donation of this land. So they donated this land to us. And we are going to build a fabulous new building that will help so many of our neighbors in need. As with many construction projects during this time, we quickly found out and continued to be reminded of the shortage of materials and rising project costs. So although today we're celebrating our groundbreaking, the fundraising continues. And if I haven't talked to you yet about raising more money for our Bridge to Home shelter, I'm sure I will talk to you soon. That's a big part of what we're doing. So thank you again for your support. So here in the Santa Clarita Valley, we take care of each other. We support those who are less fortunate, and we give what we can to reach a helping hand to those in need. So please take the time to visit our website, b2home.org, and make a donation to our capital campaign. Think about the difference that this facility will make in the lives of our neighbors who are experiencing homelessness. As our community continues to grow and evolve, this facility will provide vital resources now and well into the future. And frankly, I'm proud to be part of it. I thank you for your continued support of Bridge to Home, and thank you so much for being here. I would now like to invite up our new Executive Director, Chris Naharo, to talk about the services and the resources which will be available at our new shelter facility. Chris.
Good morning. Thank you for being with us today for this very important groundbreaking event. As mentioned, my name is Chris Naharo, and I am the Executive Director of Bridge to Home. While I've only been serving in this role for a couple of months, I have been with Bridge to Home since 2017, so I know how important this event is for us all here today. This shelter will make such a huge impact in the day-to-day lives of not only our clients, but also our staff and volunteers who dedicate so much of their time here. Once construction is complete, we will have the space to comfortably provide shelter to 60 individuals. The shelter beds have been thoughtfully designed for safe distancing and arranged so clients can have their own personal space. This facility will be the first family shelter in the Santa Clarita Valley, offering 8 apartment-style units for an additional 32 people, including children. For families experiencing homelessness in the Santa Clarita Valley, this is huge. It will give families in need the private space that offers comfort and security, giving parents peace of mind, knowing they will be able to keep their families safe and together. One of the most exciting aspects of this new shelter site is that we now have a sewer line here at this site. So you share in my excitement. This means running water and permanent bathrooms and shower facilities, which will provide a sense of dignity to all who reside and visit our site. For our volunteers, this means they will finally have adequate and functional space to provide nutritious meal services to our clients. Our staff will be able to comfortably provide on-site resources and programs which are proven to reduce chronic homelessness. There will be a technology center where clients can search for jobs and participate in online education. In this last year, we had 26 clients enroll in classes at College of the Canyons and Golden Oak Adult School. And we expect this new facility will encourage more participation because of the functional spaces for job training, support groups, and community gatherings. There will also be private offices for confidential case management meetings, physical exams, and mental health services. Not to mention the beautiful landscaping that will be surrounding this new facility for places to enjoy wellness benefits of being outside. In 2021, between all of our programs, we assisted 819 individuals and housed 100 households. And once this facility opens, we expect to see those numbers grow. This new shelter will be the hub of purposeful activity where homeless neighbors can get the help and resources they need to get back into permanent housing. I speak on behalf of myself and all the volunteers and staff here at Bridge to Home when we say we cannot wait for the benefits this new facility will bring to our clients and community. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks again for being here with us today.
Guess she's taller than I am. Thank you, Chris. Yes, thank you. Another attorney joke everyone is. Thank you, Mark Young. So thank you, Chris. We are very fortunate to have you leading the Bridge to Home staff and our facilities as we go and embark on this new endeavor. We remain extremely grateful to the County of Los Angeles and the city, as well as all the local organizations and gracious individuals who have donated to our capital campaign. It would take all morning to introduce everybody, so I apologize if I don't, but I have to say something about Tony Newhall. Tony, will you stand up? Tony just has informed us that he may be leaving the foundation after how many decades, I'm not sure. But he's been a great community leader and a great supporter through the foundation for those in need, including Bridge to Home, and we really thank you. And now go on those trips now that the pandemic is over. I've already said several nice things about our supervisor. Let me just add that she has been a breath of fresh air during now her first and now second term as a member of the Board of Supervisors. She listens, she engages, she doesn't always agree with you, but she is very accessible and she wants to solve problems, which is so. What was the word you didn't want to use this morning, but you used it 3 times? Reimagine. So she's not reimagining. She's going back to the type of elected official that wanted to solve problems regardless of party or political point of view. She's a problem solver, and part of that is shown by what she has done and will continue to do on homelessness issues in the Santa Clarita Valley and this facility. So without further ado, one of my favorite people in the world, Supervisor Catherine Barger.
I kind of like the goatee, Hunt.
Hey, bless him.
Just saying.
Just tell Pamela that.
And she'll listen to me like I listen to her. First of all, I cannot tell you how happy I am to be back in person. I look around and I see some people I haven't been able to see in a long time. And I was at the city council meeting this morning, and so I'm pretty wound up. And I'm not going to reimagine that meeting. But I just have to say how grateful I am to be representing Santa Clarita Valley and the city of Santa Clarita. And Ken, as much as you can be a pain in my neck as a city manager, he earns his keep. And you've done a remarkable job, and I really appreciate the work you've done working with the city council, with the entire city council, Lorraine, I mean, all of you. I cannot thank you enough. I'm only as good as the people I work with. As you heard from Hunt, you know, Bridge to Home for me is more than just a homeless shelter. This represents a community that, on the heels of a discussion that we're going to have tomorrow regarding placing a probation facility up here, it's not about NIMBYism. You all in this community, when we looked to house a homeless shelter, no one pushed back. No one pushed back. And I think that Cameron talked about it this morning. There was no one speaking against it. It was like, when can we get it done? Because this community understands that it's about giving back and about providing people with opportunities. I look at your board. Your commitment is what is driving this. And as a supervisor, I promise you, we gave 3.1, and I think we helped pay for that sewer. So I personally am happy because it's about dignity. It's about dignity. It's about giving back, but dignity. But recognize that we can work together to help these individuals that have come on hard times, live productive lives, and quite frankly, independently. Many of them don't want the handout. They want the handout. They want you to help them. And that means job training. That means providing them with the hope that they can turn their lives around. Redemption is real, and it's something I think we can all believe in. I say, by the grace of God, it wasn't me, but it could have been, or it could have been my brother. If I had a sister, it could have been my sister, my mother, my father. So I am honored to be representing the board, representing the 5th District today. I cannot wait. I know we've got a little bit of a funding gap that we're going to work on together, Ken. And one of the areas that we're going to look at is Measure H. That was another discussion. You all, in case you didn't know it, you're paying a little tax toward homelessness. It's time to bring it back to Santa Clarita. And I say that because you all walk it, you talk it. So now it's time to fund it. So with that, I have a proclamation that I would love to give to you all on behalf of myself, the Bridge to Home, on this groundbreaking, incredible day. Weather's perfect. People look great. And I look forward to what we can do together. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And then, where's Stephanie and Natalie and Tyler? Thank you all. I didn't use one thing they wrote, and that drives them nuts. So I want to publicly thank you all. But just know that I tend to go from my heart when I'm fired up. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. As indicated already, we really, truly appreciate your continued support and leadership. Now, another one of my favorite ladies who I've known for too long, I'm not going to say how long because then you'll know how old I am. Not necessarily her, but me. But it's before cityhood, so that gives you an idea. She's been a great leader on issues throughout the Santa Clarita Valley, but also on homeless issues. So it's my privilege to introduce our mayor, Lorene West.
I thought the supervisor was phenomenal, just phenomenal. We've had many good conversations this morning, and I want to thank all of you for being here, because without you, we couldn't do it. It's really important to have community input and support, and that's who we are. This is really a pivotal moment in our city. Community leaders, our organizations, volunteers, residents, everybody's come together here. This is a joint, supportive, collaborative effort. And I wrote down, did you know that the Bridge to Home has been serving the homeless population for nearly 3 decades? That's a long time for volunteers, and I applaud you. Let's give them a hand. They have provided crucial support systems and resources, has given services. They've helped people transition back and get into homes and placement. And once this shelter is complete, you're going to see a Bridge to Home that will have amenities and space for all the vulnerable and the population well into the future, as the supervisor also mentioned. The city is a proud supporter, a very proud supporter. And in fact, the city purchased the land for more than $1 million. And I just want you to know that we are unanimous and proud to do that, the whole city council. We all wanted to get this done. So we are taking the lead here in the city with homelessness. And I want to mention that the Community Task Force, which is chaired by Councilmember Smythe and joined by Councilmember McLean, has done a yeoman's effort to reach out and hear what the community has to say and join with the Bridge to Home and all the other people that wanted input. It's a very giving community. Santa Clarita always steps up. Sometimes we are a little argumentative, sometimes, but we always look out for one another. That's what we do. That's who we are. So this new shelter facility is going to help our residents, and we're very proud of it. It's a beautiful place to be. We look forward to the impacts it will have in making a difference. I'm thrilled to be part of this. And I personally, Frank, bring my certificate. I personally want to congratulate Bridge to Home for sticking to it, guys and gals. You really have. And thank all your volunteers and donors. Give them a hand. And so for this historic occasion, let me present a certificate. And let me have my fellow council members come on up here. Thank you very much. We're all proud, and now we will move on. Thank you, Hunt. You're not short.
You know, now that we're back and maskless, I did have a mustache for most of the pandemic. I was forced to shave that off in celebration of my birthday by my wife, but she did allow me to keep this. So I'm going to tell her all the positive comments this morning about my goatee. No, it was multiple councilmen. Thank you. I'm going to digress just for 60 seconds because there was discussion this morning, Supervisor Barger mentioned it, about how when we came to having the permanent facility here and the approval, and we had to go through planning like you developers have to go through. We had to go through planning. We had to deal with Tom Coe, who's back there. But we did it successfully. And the point was no one opposed it. But that was not always the case in Santa Clarita when it came to shelters. Councilman Smythe mentioned it today that for a period of time we had to rotate every 3 years for the temporary winter shelter. That stopped when we got to Drayton, and then we went to a permanent facility here, and then we went to full-time 4 years ago, I think it was. And we have evolved, but the community has evolved. They understand that there is a need here. There is homelessness in Santa Clarita Valley, and this facility in Bridge to Home does great things to stop that and deal with that. So I just had to digress a little bit. It's now my pleasure to introduce Tammy Stevens, represent our Congressman Mike Garcia. Tammy?
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here representing Congressman Garcia. This is an amazing facility and certainly is long overdue. And I think everyone here is excited to think about the lives that will be changed within these walls in the future. The Congressman wants to thank everyone that's involved for their dedication and hard work and offers his congratulations to a job well done. And I have a certificate.
Thank you, Tammy. It's now my privilege and pleasure to introduce a longtime friend, District Representative for Senator Scott Will, Chris Huff. Chris.
Good morning, everybody, to this beautiful Santa Clarita day. So fitting for this groundbreaking. I love it. Yes, I am Chris Huff. I support, of course I support him, but I represent Senator Scott Wilk, who's in Sacramento, but wanted to pass on congratulations for this beautiful event today that is going to bring, what is it? Help, hope, and change very soon to so many people. So he's so proud and wants to thank Hunt, Tracy, Chris, the board, the supervisor, of course, and the city council for this vision and making this happen. So thank you very much. I have a certificate as well.
And the last presentation, I believe it's the last. Yes, it is. I want to introduce Patsy Ayala from our Assemblywoman Valadares. Patsy.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for the city of Santa Clarita also for bringing the flowers blooming. That looks awesome over there. And today it is my honor to attend on behalf of our Assemblywoman. She's in Sacramento, but you know, I'm here to congratulate you and to wish you for this day, the beginning of many days of hope and help with our families in a safe and environment with dignity. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. This is for you.
Thank you. Elected officials and our dignitaries for being here today. Before we head over to the golden shovels to officially break ground on Bridge to Home in this shelter facility, I would like to mention one more time our need to continue to raise funds to reach the finish line. We have these beautiful brochures. Take a copy. It won't cost you anything to take a copy, but hopefully it will engage you. We'll meet with people anytime, any place, your employer, individually. If you have a foundation you're involved with, we would certainly appreciate your support. We've already raised over $2.2 million from the community, but we still have to raise more, so thank you. So there's a QR code somewhere. I'm not good at this. Do we have a where is it? Oh, so
We'll do a little Vanna White here. So you all have a card?
So have a card. I guess it's somewhere. Use the QVR code. If you've been out to restaurants, you know how to use that, right? Just like everyone knows how to use Zoom and they're never on mute, right? But again, any amount of donations would be greatly appreciated, and thank you. And of course, you can always go, as you've heard, to go to btohome.org to learn more and keep updated on our fundraising and the status of this project. I would now like to invite Supervisor Barger, the City Council, the...
1, 2, 3.
That was beautiful. That was